today's session. It is nothing but a design of turbo alternator. People's alternator is also one of the synchronous machine. Don't bother about that. It is a repeated steps. A title is there to design a turbo alternator. A turbo will term the name called a big size of alternator, a big size of AC generator. But it is also considered as a synchronous machine. It's a synchronous machine only. Okay, we already did several designing steps for stator design for the synchronous machine, as well as rotor design for the synchronous machine, as well as a rotor winding design for the synchronous machine. Already we completed all this thing. Now we're going to consider a same similar step in a package of information in a title of turbo alternator. That's all. Don't feel it has a difficult. It is only a repeated content. So just revise the content by considering all this title. It's very simple only. Just see the content. Let's go for the one. First, just consider as a stator design. In the stator, before the stator, a major thing is there, output equation. The same is there, but you have to write and mention it is a turbo alternator. This is nothing but the output equation of a synchronous machine. So by extend that C naught value, you got this expression, and you have to substitute a peripheral speed value of that. VA is nothing but pi d ns value. So reconstruct this and find the d value here and substitute the d to this equation, and you got this value. So this is the equation. I mean, here on the previous sector, we declared as a Q is equal to 1.11 pi square VAV AC, then KV into 10 to the power of minus 3 into VA divided by pi ns whole square into L into ns KVA. This is the same formula. Then hereafter we can cancellation ns and ns, one ns and this ns has been cancelled. The remaining ns is there. Then a pi square and this pi square get cancelled, and the equation on this domain here it has a mistake. The pi square is not appeared here. Then here also a pi is not appeared here. So this is the equation. The final equation is P is equal to 1.11 BAV AC KW into 10 to the power of minus 3 into VA square divided by NS into L into 10 power minus 3 kVA. So this is the same output equation of what we seen in the previous first header. The same thing is there, but you have to relocate this as a turbo alternator. The same thing, the heading only a change. Then go with the next one, a length of the air gap. So to determine the length of the air gap, first of all, you need to find the AC value, armature ampere conductor. It is a stator portion declaration. So let's discuss with the stator parameters. For this content, AC is declared as armature ampere conductors per pole is AC into dou. So here for the two side of air gap you need to find out, because of the thing the equation armature MMF per pole ATA is nothing but AC dou divided by 2. So with this content and no load field MMF 80 F naught is nothing but the equation of SCR into ATA. SCR nothing but short circuit ratio into ATA is nothing but armature MMF per turn. So substitute this value to this equation and you got this content. Then SCR for the modern turbo alternator is a constant. This is the data is varied when we compare to the synchronous machine. This modern turbo alternator SCR values will be vary from 0.5 to 0.7. So you have to substitute this data for the content. Now just go and calculate about the air gap value. So with this content, assume some of the consideration. ATG is nothing but 80% of 80 F naught. So to determine the ATG value, 80 F naught la 80% so for that equation becomes 0.8 of SCR into AC something you need to substitute instead of ATG here. So for that the equation becomes on this content 0.8 SCR into AC dou divided by 2. After that here the ATG already we have this formula 8 lakhs of kg, bg and lg. Substitute this equation to ATG value here. So finally we got this equation. LHS sites on this content, RHS sites on this content. So now you have multiples of parameters here, but what our aim? We need to calculate about the air gap length. It is nothing but LG. So make this LG on one side, shifted all other to the other side, and finally you got this equation. Make some simplification. The final equations of LG is nothing but 0.5 into AC into dou divided by kg into bg into 10 to the power of minus 3. By using this equation, we can find the air gap of turbo alternator. That's all for this content. Then go with the next calculation. It's a basic similar one, turn per phase of the stator. So it is gathered by a similar one by using this EMF equation. This is nothing but the EMF equation, but here the parallel path is must. In the synchronous motor, we will not bother about whether it should be in the problem it is given means we can consider the parallel path, or else we will not follow with the parallel path. Here we have to follow with the parallel path because it is a big machine. So A is nothing but the parallel path. So the EMF equation should be right on this scenario. Then by reconstruct this EMF equation and you have to find the T phase value. So the T phase is nothing but E phase into 9 divided by, it's not, I think so, yeah, 9 divided by 4.44 F5 kW. That's all for the content. So by making this equation, you're going to find the turn per phase for the turbo alternator. And go with the next one, a conductor section. In the conductor section, I'm going to find a two pattern here, current in the conductor and area of the conductor. How can we find means current in the conductor? It is nothing but IZ. IZ is nothing but I phase. We can find the I phase by using this formula, power divided by 3 into E phase. General formula is that. When the same time, when we have parallel path consideration, that I, after finding this I phase, we have to divide this I phase by parallel path. So IZ equal to I phase divided by A. By using this thing, if parallel path is not there, we can proceed with this content. But for the big machine, we have to consider about the parallel path. So after solve this content, we have to divide by A and find the IZ. Then a second nothing but area of the armature conductor. Area is defined out by a ratio of current and current density IZ divided by then del A, here the current density of the armature. So by using this, we can easily find the conductors in the armature of the turbo alternators. So that's all for the conductor section, to calculating a current in the conductor and as well as a cross section area of the conductor. Next, go with the next one, slot dimensions, slot values. Here the slot values is nothing but a width we going to find, width of the slot. So width of the tooth we need to find. Then with this content we can find the width of the slot. So minimum width of the tooth is found by using this formula. Phi is equal to psi S by P, then Li into 1.8 is nothing but the clearance factor. So to determine the width of the slot, phi S maximum is equal to Ys minus Y of T minimum. So by solving this thing, we can find the Y of T minimum. Substitute the Y of T to subtract with W of T minimum. By solving all this content, we can find the W suffix T minimum. After that, substitute WT minimum here and subtract with Ys, and you can find the maximum slot width value. Then to determine the mean turn length, the constant is the MT value, which is nothing but a 2L of 2.5 dou and 0.06 voltage. Here the voltage should be applied in a kilovolt only. Why? Because of it's a big machine now, all the voltage should be in a higher range. So kilovolt plus 0.2 is nothing but a clearance value. So we have a maximum numerical that will declare as a clearance value. All other things we have to substitute is nothing but length, dou, then a kilovoltage value. By substituting this all the parameters, we can easily find the mean turn of length of mean turns. Next one, a stator core calculation. Depth of the stator core, it is nothing but an armature core. DC value, it is calculated by pi divided by 2 into Li into BC. For the outer diameter of the stator, it is calculated by, it is nothing but D naught. To calculate this thing, D plus 2 into ds plus d. With this equation, we can easily predict the dimensions of the stator core. So that's all for the stator procedure for the designing step of turbo alternator. Let's move to the next content, a rotor design of turbo alternator. Peoples, don't bother, it is a repeated step only. Just refer the rotor winding design of synchronous machine. So with the content the same, a rotor winding we're going to design. The first of all, the first information is nothing but full load field MMF. For that content, 80 FL is assigned as a twice the armature value. So 2 into 80 A. So with this content, ATA is going to substitute here. The ATA value is a numerical, the same thing 2.7 into I phase, T phase and KWS divided by P. Substitute this equation here and you got the value to find the full load field MMF. ATF, L is easily found out by substituting all this thing. Here the parameters IF is nothing but current, TF is nothing but turns, P is nothing but the pole. The next one, second step is nothing but a voltage. The same thing what we declared there. We has to provide with the some reductions for avoiding a damper winding section. So for that content, 0.8 for 20% relaxation, 0.85 for 15% relaxation. By this content, anyone you have to apply, and we excited voltage it will be pole. By using this content, we can find the field voltage. Then a mean turn length for this content of rotor LMTF 2L into 2.3 dou plus 0.25. So L is length and dou is nothing but the value. So it's a ratio. With this substitution, we can find the main turn length. Then go for the next one, finding the area of the field conductor. So field conductor it is. The area of the field conductor is calculated by calculating the voltage across here. So for that, E phase is equal to I phase into R phase. What we seen in the previous step, that is repeating here. So from this equation, you're going to substitute the RF value here. That RF is already calculated. So that RF is substituted here. Here, then make this IF as A and make this TF as T. So ATFL is by using this two parameter we can form the MMF equation ATFL. Then rho LMFT then divided by AF is similar here. So by using this equation here, the AF is the rearrange this equation and find the AF, that is nothing but area of the field conductor. So this is the formula to find the area of the field conductor. ATFL full load MMF resistivity, then mean turn length, then divided by voltage of the field. Then the fifth step, finding a current, the same thing. I is equal to V by R. The same thing. EF is already calculated, RF is already calculated. By dividing these two things, we can find the IF. We can also have one more step by multiplication of current density into area of the field. So del F into AF. By making this product, we can find the IF. The same step, people, just recall the content. Then the sixth step is nothing but area of the field conductor. So here the conductor has been calculated by this thing. So 2P AFTL divided by del F. So number of field conductor is calculated by using this content. So 2P ATFL divided by del F into AF. So you have to multiply with AF here. So the final equation, a conductor per slot is calculated by 2P ATFL divided by del F into AF into SR. So data has been added here. This is the equation for total field conductor. To multiply with AF, a number of field conductor, also multiply with SR, a conductor per slot. By using this equation, you can easily find the conductor data in this content.